cauliflower.
다원한 거들 양치죠. 다지는 어떤 때는 가서래. 지상다고 자다지. These are really a serious matter. It reminds me the one professor, late Professor Joshi's book. 조시 권신 걸 봐. 그랑 들으시면 되게.
조시 라마니 조시.
그랑 간에 대전하러야 야간하러 남배추 냠냐 찍지 상하고 이제 정도가 상하고 최 더하면 저거 체. Any respect largely 충분히.
The late Professor Joshi, in his book, he cites one of the factors that led to the degeneration of Buddhism inside India was the popularization of tantric practices, particularly leading to unethical behavior.
So therefore, I think basically the tantric teaching, as they call it itself is called the secret doctrine, so must remain secret. So secret means only those few individuals who really have the basic foundation, basic qualification, then give them that practice, not for public or many people. Then basically, as is Buddha Dharma, now I think the Gyumze Desha Mangunyora Kaka Desha Mo Tone, Ta Shishu Kasan, Buddha Koran Kadisnado, that did that.
One of the most clear-cut things that we could do as a Buddhist, which does not require any complicated philosophical justifications or explanation, is to simply cite the example of the Buddha and say, how did the Buddha act? What did he do? And then follow his example. So as a Buddhist, we cannot maintain that Buddha did not know Tantra, nor did he practice Tantra, but the Buddha's own lifestyle demonstrated a very serious respect to the ethics.
Your Holiness, one difficult complication is that often when Western Dharma centers invite a Tibetan Lama, it's very expensive, and the only way that they can pay for that visit is if the Lama gives an initiation, and then many people come to the initiation and they raise a lot of money. If the Lama only teaches Lam Rim, not many people come, and they can't pay for the visit. Unfortunately, that often is the reason for having initiations in the West.
Many new people come totally unprepared or unexamined.
Yes,
the teacher.
But nowadays it's quite accessible. Tantra is given quite easily from the Tibetan side. So, I don't know, from what you said, there's somewhat of a contradiction. You're saying it shouldn't be made so easy, but it is quite available and accessible these days.
And this morning, as I mentioned about this, my own the Kala Chakra initiation, actually, my basic sort of aim, the Kala Chakra initiation, not initiation itself. In the name of Kala Chakra initiation, there's more public attention. People come. Then that gives me opportunity to explain how be a good human being, warm-hearted person. So, that's my aim. So therefore, the actual initiation, I think very few understand. And without understand, no initiation there. So that's just something like just public function. But that gives me an opportunity. More people come. And at least during that period, I think very few is quarrel. So at least few days, they develop some kind of positive, compassionate motivation or things like that. That, Any number chung of the chair, number chung is easy, maybe in a that miss out which the teaching schedules and to choose as a race number that choose it going to that those young schedules and that. Yeah, together, business at Dana, Yarmshi, Lemon years, Lemon, Peggy Mari. Oh, to more on the other, Mongoose in your day. That needed trip to Dust.
What Burson mentioned is quite true, that if we were to advertise that the Dalai Lama is giving Lamrim teachings, I'm quite sure that it would not attract many people. But if it is advertised as Dalai Lama giving Kalachakra empowerment, then it will attract people from everywhere. So, but in all these occasions when I'm giving empowerment of Kalachakra, I know that it's only a handful among the audience who really receive the empowerment, because you have to really understand and follow the visualization sequences. But I rather take the opportunity to introduce to many people, because it attracts a lot of people, introduce to many people the basic principles of Buddhism. And among the audience, there might be people who are not even interested in Buddhism, but at least I can introduce to them the importance of good heart, compassion, loving kindness, and so on, harmony. And as a result, if they develop some sort of inklings of appreciation of good heart, in itself, this justifies utilizing that occasion. So that's what I normally sort of relate to these kind of major initiation occasions.
On the person got the Leviati, charging it, was to hear the occasion on the Sanga Chip, Chavichiadi, Kanyun Chibu is for a mix, that did me Loma del Mado, Chikumindus, Jenny, that thing was a bill shadow, Chick, Tolam Chick. Dan Rosondi, Chick Shania, Gallica Lilia, Chick, yeah, Loma is in 20 years. And Rosonda meeting in Yungurba. Young as a family chick too. Napochibe Tani, family chick too. The Tani, and today Kadulia, Rosonda, and
So, as Burson suggested, that it is important for us to restrict the access to tantric teachings in the centers particularly. So maybe we could make appeals to all the centers that they should impose more restrictions on students receiving tantric teachings. And
we already discussed it this morning.
As we already discussed this morning, making it less available and more difficult and to have access to. And then on the question of how to raise funds, which is also a very serious question, one thing that perhaps we could do is to set up a fund. And there might be students who would like to study and practice, but have no sufficient funds to go to a center and receive teachings. So perhaps we could set up a small fund that might be able to provide such a sort of assistance, financial assistance.
당도 DJ 고입에서 도와. DJ 캐릭터 좀 도와. 그러나 안다 변도 스텝이나 지금 쳐서 소소스. 지금 소소스다 도스 야시 침벌에 마다 지금 대응하도 지금 가서 그래. organization 전에 그게 영어로 받아. 지도는 organization 게 영어로 봐. 다양 organization 지도자네 된대기 아직 카실 때도 투 쇼면서 성기. organization 변화도 캐톨릭 샤시나 organization 약주죠. 다양 시제변은 나와랑 변화도 소소스 이니시티브 랑과 차대어로 봐도 central authority는 등만 봐. 저 central authority는 내 맵시. 야 소소스 but individual but 가서다 complete independence 시. 이내 양치 가서다 되면 coordination 다 봐도 양치 참을러리야 봐도 무슨 저투 통해지기 양치 스탠더드 가서 버디서 그러지. 근데로 지금 텐데 가서 지금 정말 패더스게 열다 매너.
One of the things that perhaps we should consider is the possibility of setting up some sort of coordinating body. But at the same time, we must bear in mind that the basic Buddhist approach is that the initiative has to come from the student side. We cannot, or individual side.
So like the individual centers
on others. So, so setting up an umbrella sort of institution may not be the right solution, as in the case of Catholic institution, there is, in a way, a sort of a central authority, but in a Buddhist sort of context, perhaps having that kind of central authority may not be appropriate, because the basic Buddhist approach is the initiatives must come from the individuals. But at the same time, it might be useful to consider the possibility of setting up some sort of body which could act as a coordinator between all the various Buddhist institutions that exist in the West.
So one center, some problems there. Since you see the close link with the other, the center, so you see can help each other. And if something is wrong, something happened here, there, you see they can help. And also is the information is from some kind of the center, the same information can reach everywhere. But meantime, is each individual, the center of society, must is to carry all their responsibility, function fully. There's no central authority, but at the same time, some kind of this body, through that, they close link one another.
Ajahn Amro, is it